Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm back with another YouTube video. So okay, so right now I am looking. Okay, so let's take a look at the charts and see what price action is currently doing. So right now, okay, euro is actually falling. So it's actually falling off at I won't say to the roof, but it is falling as you guys can see. Okay, price is currently falling in terms of euro USD. Okay, so that's for sure. Okay, so price set expansion macro low and at the same time Asian low with this one. Okay, there's double top here, liquidity. So that was to me some form of target for liquidity as well lah. Okay, next will be okay. Then next will be that from price set this internal low here right here. Okay, so right now price is still falling. Okay, for me, okay, right now price continue falling here, as you guys can see. Price set another low here, so price may or may not continue falling and then sweep all the way to this low here. So but I think that's the draw on liquidity for today. But however, I honestly don't I personally don't how you say based on what I see. Okay, what I mean by I see in terms of that, like how do I explain it? I would say I'll react based on what price action gives me. I don't like okay. I would say that there's the draw on liquidity is towards the low. However, for me, backtesting and everything, sometimes how you say, I take very bad trades. Okay, in my personal opinion, I do take very kind of bad trades. Uh, so yeah. In terms of me anticipating a draw on liquidity towards the downside, so I just take trades based on what I see. So for instance right now, for me, okay, the draw on liquidity is definitely towards the downside, but I don't take trades on and start selling the market and say like, oh, it's gonna start falling, it's gonna start doing this, it's gonna start doing that. But for me is that I'm not looking into taking that kind of trades. The reason being is due to the fact that uh I do have quite a bit of failures due to that. Yeah, so I do have a lot of failures with that because the price does what it wants to do. Okay, in price does what it wants to do. It doesn't essentially means that like, oh, it will go there to the area and stuff along that line. But with this rejection here, I am 100% guarantee price will look into pushing towards these lows. Okay, that's how I personally feel. Let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar is just personally flying higher here. Okay, right now price dollar is personally flying higher. Okay, so personally dollar is flying very much higher right now, as you guys can see. Okay, euro is falling. So in my personal opinion, price is looking to sweep either one of these lows. Okay, so I'm just chilling. NAS is currently falling. I actually didn't take this trade here. If you guys see, I marked out this 1 minute bearish fair value gap here. A bullish fair value gap. I actually didn't take that trade. But you would have taken. I honestly would have thought of taking it. However, I actually didn't take it because for me, I would say fundamentally, technically, everything would be aligned with being bullish. Okay, with Nas being bullish. Okay, so why do I say that? Okay, price haven't tapped a 1 hour bullish fair value gap yet. Okay. Okay, I want it to. Okay, I'm not saying I want. Okay, I tend to have that thinking, but I wish that price will tap into this 1 hour bullish fair value gap here. Okay, maybe when price actually tap into that 1 hour bullish fair value gap there, maybe we'll have a nice confirmation that price may continue pushing higher due to the reason because if you look at the higher time frame here, price already swept this high here, and price actually swept this high here as well. Okay, so it set. So it's set high already. So usually most of the time, if price wants to sort of continue pushing higher, okay, it rarely does happen because it really set liquidity to a stop. Price doesn't go up again to sweep again the liquidity. Okay, so right now, if you look at this kind of market right now, right, it's kind of, you can sort of say that is how do I explain this? You can sort of say that it is choppy. Okay, what do I mean by it's choppy? If you see right now, price here make higher high, higher low, higher higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Price breakthrough here due to the news of the Iran and stuff, and your Iran news, right? And after that, it started going up, going down, up, going down. Price didn't break above that this low slash high here. You guys can see. Okay, so then. So right now, price is still chopping within this range and this range here. Okay. So for me, definitely bullish momentum with all these huge bullish push yesterday. So I would personally look for long setups. Okay. There is two ways that we can look at this in the sense that price may continue pushing lower here to sweep this internal low here. Or you can just continue pushing high lower here. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so just have to see what price action does. I'm not taking any trades as of now. Okay, I'm just waiting and seeing what price action does. Well, if it gives me a nice setup, then I'll take. If it doesn't, then I'll just trade according to how I trade. But for Euro US for Euro, how making new lows as well. So all-time high for dollar here, but Euro actually didn't make all-time highs here. If you guys notice. Okay, so sorry, excuse me. Okay, so price set the low liquidity here already on Euro USD. Okay, so right now I'll be looking for a reversal, in my personal opinion. Of course, that doesn't mean that I'll take it. So yeah, I may or may not look for a reversal here. Price may sweep this liquidity here as well. Let's take a look at what this liquidity is. Yeah, price may or may not sweep here this round. Okay, may or may not sweep. I don't, like I said, I don't anticipate a sweep. I just wait for market structure to give me whatever I want to give me, then I'll just take accordingly. Of course. Okay, the reason why I actually didn't take this trade here was that I sort of had, even though it was a nice conviction there, but I just personally didn't take it lah. It was on my own fault I didn't take it lah, but it is fine. Okay, you might be asking me, Chris, are you going to be looking for longs on euro? Yeah, I am going to look for long setups on euro. However, I am not taking any trades. The main reason is because right now, if I were to look for a long setup, so let's say for example this 1 minute bearish fair value gap here. Okay, it gets sweep. Okay, let's say for example it close above it. 2 minutes as well close above it. Okay, and you'll be like, why not? Oh, Chris, why are you not taking any trades here? Okay, main reason being, if I were to take a trade here, close below here, right? Okay, the main concern in this trade is that you look at a higher time frame. There is a 4 minute bearish fair value gap, 3 minutes bearish fair value gap, 5 minutes bearish fair value gap at the top there. Even if I were to take this trade here, okay, what is the, how you say, what are the chances of it breaking through? I would say personally the chances are pretty low, and I'm trading into a range that is essentially bearish. Okay, if you get what I'm trying to say. So I'm not taking that chance. I'm not taking that chance because for me, I found that if I were to take these trades, right, essentially I gonna lose. I have a higher probability, a higher chance of me losing rather than me not taking this trade at all completely. Okay, so for NES is exactly the same thing. When I'm trading into a bearish fair value gap here, okay, bearish fair value gaps and stuff. So how would I be trading this situation, in this scenario, right? In my personal opinion, okay, is I will look for a, okay, there's two ways that I look at this, in the sense that I will wait for maybe I'll wait for a more a nicer pullback zone. So maybe essentially price actually coming back down here, sweeping this low again. Okay, yes, again. Then after that, look for a inversion here, then sweep here, so that I can buy here, have a nicer range to push higher, to see where then after that I can trade based on that. Okay, so euro is good, is definitely pushing higher here, which that's what I like to see. However, I'm not trading it. Okay, everybody might be rushing to taking this trade, but not me. Okay, I'm not taking this trade. Just shitting, not taking any trade at the current moment. Okay, be right back. currently right now NAS is falling down, as you guys can see. Maybe price will want to like to come down to this level. That's why I didn't take that trade. No point for me to consider that trade. Would I have sold there? There wasn't even a sell setup for me, so I would have sold there as well. So yeah. Just chilling, guys. Okay, so euro actually pushed higher. It's pushing higher here. I'm actually waiting to see if I can actually come and do a pullback play. If it does give me. Hmm. This would have been a nice trade, but I didn't take it. I wasn't paying attention to it, but it was a nice trade. It would be a nice trade. But however, I would say if I were to take it, right, it's also pretty risky. So let's say for example if I were to take it, right, my stocks below here. Right now my stocks will break even because it set this eternal high already. Price will be set the eternal high already. Okay. Price is reacting off a higher time frame to bearish fair value gaps as well. So if you're asking me, this would be a trade that doesn't really fit into my criteria, and I would honestly be break even now. Okay, but if this one may actually get inverse here, I wouldn't mind looking for a short setup. Yeah, but it's actually bouncing off pretty hard right now. Let's see what price action does. I want to take 2 minutes to see is there any. Okay, 2 minutes don't really have exactly anything. Okay. Okay, so it bounced off pretty hard there. I won't take a trade. I won't actually trade there. So if you ask me, this trade in a sense will be a break-even trade if I were to take a buy trade. Okay, so that's just for me. Okay, Euro bounced off as well. Didn't give me an entry. It's fine. It is what it is. It doesn't really matter to me. So Euro didn't give me a trade. I'm not chasing any trades. I'm just constantly waiting. Okay, so reason why I wouldn't mind taking this short setup here. Okay, reason being eternal sweep of this high here. Eternal sweep, and then if you look at the higher time frame, currently price is right now pretty bearish here, I would say. Okay, but I want to see this 3 minutes, I guess. So price hit this 5 minutes bearish fair value gap. Okay. 4 minutes as well in a bearish fair value gap. Okay, 3 minute bearish fair value gap. 2 minutes and a 1 minute bearish fair value gap as well. So price is currently looking pretty bearish here in my personal opinion. Okay. So because price really set the eternal high already, so I would say price maybe not going to push higher. Okay, maybe not, but I may be wrong as well. So that's why I'm looking at this chart here. Let me take a look at S&P 500. Okay, so there isn't any SMT as well here. Okay, one thing's for sure, right? I would say is that I want to see this 5 minute close bearish here, because if price sort of bounced off these Asian highs here, right, then you will essentially have a higher time frame confirmation that price may be gonna be bullish here. Okay, this is just my personal opinion, okay? Because as I know, or as we know, okay, as I know okay, and we know whatsoever is that price tends to be Asian lows tends to be support, and support tends to be push. let market push higher. Okay, so I'm just chilling right now. I'm just going to wait and see what price action does. If 5 minutes actually closes above here, right, I may actually just try a buy setup here, but not that doesn't mean I'll take it. I'll just maybe I may take it, you know, may take it, but it will be just a very okay. Price actually closed above here. I'm actually looking for a buy setup here. Oh my god, actually it didn't tap me in. Okay, I'm honestly pretty upset that did not tap me in as expected. Okay, pretty upsetting, but you know, it is what it is, I guess you can say. Yeah, Euro is actually pushing much higher here. Okay, I'm in a buy setup right now. I'm in a buy on NAS. Okay. Not looking too good for the boys, but let's wait and see what price has to offer. Okay, well, I would say why this setup failed, right, was due to the fact that okay, well, price is actually just falling here. The reason why I would personally say is it failed here, right? It just purely because the 2 minutes here, right? If you guys see, is I'm trading into a bearish fair value gap here. So that's my only, like, I would say that's my only downside to this trade, was that I'm trading into a bearish fair value gap. Okay, so that's why I would say it failed. Honestly, if this trade were to fail, and the risky trade about this trade, so break even will be a swing above this high back again. Okay, I'm just gonna see what I I'm just gonna see what price action does here. Okay, so yeah, because price is in the 15 minutes bullish fair value gap. Okay, okay, 30 minutes not exactly, 1 hour it is, 4 hour it is, okay, 3 hours not, okay, 1 hour it is, okay. Let's see what 5 minute does here. if we look at euro, right, euro is actually just flying here. So am I upset about this trade? No, not exactly. I'm not really. I told you guys I'm not taking this trade here. So many bearish fair value gaps. If this 5 minutes here actually closes below, right, I may close my positions here. So yeah. Okay, let me take a look at my broker. Okay, guys, sometimes it does fuck up that way. Let me take a look. Okay, so it did close below here. Okay. So I closed my position out early. Okay, I closed my positions out here. Okay, the reason being is because, okay, like I said, price close below this fair value gap here. I wouldn't mind looking for a long setup again if price inverse this 1 minute bearish fair value gap here. Okay, if price inverse this 1 minute bearish fair value gap here, right, I wouldn't mind looking for another long setup. Okay. So reason why I would say this trade sort of failed here, right? Okay, pretty much is that I was trading into a 2 minute bearish fair value gap, even though 5 minute did inverse here, as you guys can see. So there was still a chance that price was going to continue pushing bearish. Okay, even though 3 minute did close, 4 minute did close, right, and 5 minute did close, 2 minute didn't close. Hence, that's the reason why price sort of pushed bearish here. In my personal opinion, that's why. Okay. So that's my personal opinion on why this trade failed. Okay, and it could be that the draw on liquidity was definitely towards the lows as well here. Okay, am I upset that I closed early here even though price is bouncing off? Not really exactly, because okay, I didn't FOMO out of this trade. It was a bit the reason why I actually closed early here, despite it being Asian lows, because right now at this instant I am trading into a bearish fair value gap, a 2 minutes bearish fair value gap especially. So what does that essentially mean? It essentially means that, you know, price is, I'm just gambling which side it goes on to. With this closure here, okay, this 5 minutes inversion close, right, it has a much higher chance of it falling down. Okay, euro currently is falling now, as you guys can see. So for me, right, one thing that I backtested, right, is that I don't really like to take trades based off 5 minutes time frame, because I found that it has the lowest probability of trading, due to the reason that 5 minutes has such a big area that I don't really see. Okay, so like, let's say for example, if I take this trade here, right, price close above here, right, where is my next high to break even in, essentially, you know? But that essentially I cannot take trades based on that lah. That is very hard for me to take trades based on that reason. Okay, you know, some people may say that I may be wrong, and I never claim to be always right. Actually, you know, me losing so many fucking goddamn times. So for me, let's say for example, if like the 1 minute time frame, right, let's say for example right now the 1 minute time frame about to take, okay, if Nasdaq right here, right, 5 minutes. Let's just look at 5 minutes on the Nasdaq here. Okay, right now this 5 minutes time frame here, right? What will be the drop? What will be if I were to take a buy trade here just now? Okay, for the 5 minutes, yes, 5 minutes did inverse there. However, when you look at these charts here, right? What, in my personal opinion, where can I put my stop loss at? To me, I personally feel that the stop loss is just way too low rate, as in not way too low, but in the sense that like not my stop loss, my sort of my take profit. Where would my break even actually be? Okay, I like this euro actually. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna sell on NAS. Okay, will be my last trade for the day already if I were to get stopped out here. Okay, my stop loss is above this high here. Sorry, it's like here, somewhere here. So the reason being is because let me take a look at it. So 1 minute close bearish there. Okay, sorry, what I was saying. I was saying that 1 minute actually closed below this low here. Okay. However, this trade I would say it's not exactly the best A plus setup or whatsoever, because it set this eternal low here. Okay, it actually set this eternal low here, which I didn't really like. So I'll move stocks to break even once it hits this eternal low here. And price actually closed above Asian highs with such great force. To me, that showed kind of a bullish push already in that sense lah. Okay, so this will be my last trade anyway. So if I lose here, then it's fine with me. The reason why I would say that I wouldn't. Let me look at the higher time frame here, guys. Sorry, I want to see the higher time frame here. Super choppy price action, in my personal opinion here. So if this high get broken here, right, I will actually look to close my position here. Okay, I close my position up here. A bit of a tilting because I honestly kind of tilted right now. I mean, not really, but I think right now price is just super choppy. So euro sales would not be valid for me, my personal opinion, due to the fact that because uh the lows has already been set, so you don't usually target lows again, and there's liquidity at the top as well. So but personal opinion is that I rather target the top rather than the lows, in my personal opinion. Okay, I'm looking for a long setup here. If price wants to give me like, if price is this high here, I won't look for a setup already. Okay, reason being is because that was an internal high already. So if price were to hit that high, right, then essentially for me, I will look. It will essentially this is very bearish already. I mean, it's not bearish, but like it has a higher chance of it failing, I guess you can say. Okay, I'm in a long setup here. Okay, this will be my last trade for the day already. If I do fail here, then it is what it is. So the reason for me to take this trade was that, okay, I'm not euro. So 5 minutes wise, if you guys see here, right? Okay, I'm break even. I'm break even, boys. Okay, so just see these 2 minutes. Okay, so 5 minutes, I realized that even though price actually keep on closing below, try to push below, right, it keep on getting bounce back, keep getting bounce back, keep getting bounce back, keep getting bounce back, right. Essentially, to me, that shows that price is super bullish here. So it just keep on trying and keep trying and trying, right, but it just doesn't want to move below. And then when we look at the 1 minute time frame here, right, when I sold here, right, in this 1 minute bearish fair value gap here, right, one thing that I sort of failed to understand was that because price failed so many times here, right, okay, in my personal opinion, when I back test, right, actually this shouldn't be a trade, shouldn't be a fair value gap I take, due to the fact that because price, as you guys can see, it failed so many times here, then when we break below, right, it just doesn't have a strong bullish confirmation that, or bearish confirmation that, like, okay, price is going to continue flying here. Okay, that's in my personal opinion. Okay, so that doesn't have a confirmation. Then when this fair value gap, which was way more obvious here, okay, in my personal opinion, so price then after that came make a higher retracement, right, and then bounce off these Asian lows at the same time with this 1 minute bullish fair value gap here, right. Okay, and then you'll be like, it keep on pushing higher, it keep on pushing, keep on trying and stuff, but it failed, and then went up to push and hit above, go above this 1 minute bearish fair value gap here, this obvious 1 minute bearish fair value gap here. Yes, we are still trading within that 2 minutes here. Okay, so
then it finally break through, okay, with this bullish fair value gap here with this very strong. Then after I'm in a buy entry. I'm in break even already at this point. Okay, my target is actually this high here, so okay, I don't like this price action here, boys. So this price action sort of tells me that it's kind of not bearish, but it has a higher confirmation, a higher chance of it not working out. But I will wait and see. I'm in break even already, so oh, boom, take profit hit. Let's go, boys. Wow, that's a nice trade right there. I am actually pretty happy about that trade. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that trade. Okay, I mean, I'm sound excited because I haven't been reading for so long, and you know, I finally won, and it's pretty happy. It's pretty enlightening to see that. Okay, it's pretty enlightening to see that, in my personal opinion here, due to the fact that, cause like I said, I haven't been winning in very long, and with this PP, I'm actually pretty happy with this trade. You know, I'm fine with that win. Excuse me. So euro actually started pulling back here. As you guys can see, I didn't take a sell here. I told you guys I don't like 4 minutes. I don't like 5 minutes sells anymore. As in, I don't like 5 minutes. I don't really like 5 minutes plays anymore. In my personal opinion, I just prefer I like to play. I like to play 1 minutes now. For 1, 2, 3 is my maximum. 5 minutes is not really my go-to anymore at this point of time. Reason being is, like I said, is that I personally feel that 5 minutes is just way too big of a stop loss or whatsoever. So that's just for me lah. Okay. Okay, boom. Okay, so like I said, the reason why I took this trade was that I was gonna see what price action plays out here. I wouldn't mind looking for another buy entry here. Okay, so reason for price okay, so reason why, okay, so I actually bought earlier, but it failed 5 minutes. So like I said, I don't really like to trade 5 minutes. I don't really like to trade 5 minutes anymore, in my personal opinion. That is just my opinion, guys. Okay, because 5 minutes is just way too big for me. Okay. Okay, next is that when I look at this time frame here, right, 5 minutes, I took this inversion fair value gap here. Sure, then I take it play out, and it went back down, and it stopped me out. I closed early because I didn't close early. I closed when these 5 minutes actually sort of it got inversed here. Okay, then when it got inversed, which was like over here. Okay, I actually just closed my position. I was like, okay, you know what, fine, sure, I will see what price action does. Then when we look at the 1 minute here, right, okay, let's go to the right side, and I was like, okay, this 1 minute bearish fair value gap here, right, was actually getting pretty much, sorry, 1 minute bullish fair value gap, which was here, right, keep getting bounced off, and then it broke over here, right, and I went to sell here. But however, I was too early, I was too late, due to the fact that price actually set this eternal low already. At the same time, if you guys can see, price keep on bouncing off, even though it closed here. Okay, if we look at the left, okay, 5 minutes didn't, even though it closed bearish here, right, price actually just came back up here with this candlestick here. So that essentially tells me that price is super bullish already at this point. So that's why I closed my positions out, and I was like, and with this closer of this high as well, right, it might be a liquidity sweep, sure, but I closed and I was like, okay, it's fine. I close the trade. I was gonna see what I will just see what I can do with it. Next, price actually came back down here, seeing this 1 minute bullish fair value gap. I was like, okay, maybe if price sort of close below here, right, I'll try another sell break. I'll try another sell target will be here. Okay, then maybe the draw on liquidity. Then after that, then I was like, okay, maybe I will try another. I was like, okay, maybe see what price action were to give me. Then once I saw that, okay, price actually bounced off here, came back up here, pushed higher, and then have this nice volume momentum push, I was like, okay, why not give this a buy? Price actually just nicely, I wanted to actually order buy here, but with me order buying it will be like somewhere here already, which was totally way too high. Okay, luckily price actually, I had a break, I had a like order buy limit somewhere here. I was like looking at it, and it actually just nice hit, came back down, hit, and then it continued pushing higher here. So a nice trade overall in my personal opinion. So I wouldn't mind looking for another long setup here, due to the fact that I personally feel that the draw on liquidity is definitely towards the highs here. I mean, that's to me lah, okay. And overall, I personally feel that there is bullish momentum as well. There is actually as well bullish momentum. So yeah, I mean, why not taking a buy? I mean, price was in a 1 hour bullish fair value gap as well. So, and if I see this momentum here, if you guys can see from this trade here, right, there isn't much momentum push. If you guys can see, there's not, the candlesticks are not very big, and the sells are like not trying to sell down, if you get what I'm trying to say. So what do I mean by that? In a sense that if you guys can see, maybe like here, right, okay, maybe it doesn't have this kind of push. When you see this kind of push here, big candlestick, it's getting smaller and smaller, right? That essentially means that, what does that tell us as traders? That tells us that maybe the momentum isn't there as much anymore. And it may be true for most cases here. So maybe the momentum wasn't that much, okay, and then it is looking at pushing lower. So right now it's still ranging, it's still not doing much of anything. Okay, so yeah, I'm not looking for any trade entry at the current moment. I'm not selling, I'm not buying, I'm just waiting for see what market gives me, then I'll trade accordingly. I'm not rushing, I'm not forcing into any trades. I'm just chilling here. So nice win. Okay, so right now, but I would say buys are also a bit low chance, because price really swept, like I said, price really swept on this high here as well. You don't essentially have to go up to a buy and trade higher, but as you guys can see from here, right, like I said, like even though price sort of like there's this like right here, okay, doesn't mean that price sweeps high, which is here, doesn't mean that it won't continue pushing higher. As you can see from here, same concept from here. Okay, it did push lower here, I ultimately pushed higher here. Okay, sometimes in situations like this, okay, it pushed higher, then it went back down. After it swept this high, and it pushed back down here, sweeping this low, then after that push higher. Okay, so for me, okay, I think moving forward into these kind of situations, right, is that I trade based on what I personally see and what I trade accordingly. I don't just blindly take setups that I don't like. Not say I don't like lah, okay, but essentially what I mean by don't like or like, right, is how I see setups. Okay, so right now for me, is there's two ways that market can do. There's two ways right now. Market can either continue pushing lower here, sweep this low here, and then push higher, or it can continue pushing all the way low, sweeping this low here, and then push higher here. we do not know as traders. I do not know as well what market is gonna do. I'm not a nobody can tell. You know, market does what it wants to do. For me, I just react according to what market does. That's how I react, and that's why I take trades. And but how I react is how, you know, essentially it will become better. So in this kind of situation just now over here, right, this it was so price was super choppy here, but I react accordingly. Okay, I react accordingly to how I trade. Okay, how I would like to trade. Okay, so I react accordingly. I see that price. Okay, one thing. Okay, so the first trade, and I took the 5 minutes one, right? Okay, fine. You know, I took a loss. Sure, there no problem. I closed early. Okay, I'm okay with that trade. You know, I don't think that was a wrong trade. I don't think it was a terrible trade. The only downside to that trade was that it was in a 2 minutes bearish fair value gap. Everything else closed. Okay. However, like I said, I don't really like to trade 5 minutes. I don't see that it has very high probability comparing it to like every other time frame that I traded. You see, let's say for example, if just now I would have taken this sell here, right, guys, I would be in loss. Okay, this is just my personal opinion. So I'll be in loss here. I didn't take it. So for me, this is a beautiful trade. It's 4 minutes here, but I didn't take it lah. Okay, there's no point for me to take it lah. Then internal sweep here, then push higher. Okay. So yeah. What was I saying? Okay, yes, I was saying that how, you know, so when I look at this trade, right, I was like, okay, like okay, so I react based on according to what price action gives me. So first things first is that when price action break 5 minutes, okay, I took a buy. However, like I said, moving forward is that I'm not taking 5 minutes buys. For me, backtesting, I do find profitability in a 1 minute, 2 minutes, and 3 minutes, but most of the time it's 1 and 2 minutes. So how do usually I take trades based on 1 and 2 minutes will be that if what I realized in that in terms of when I back test, right, okay, in the sense that when I back test, I do back test, right, I was like, okay, so if price has so many fair value gaps here, right, how would I take these trades? Okay, because okay, when we look at market, right, in a sense that if there is no liquidity at the bottom, price essentially tends to move up higher. Okay, so sorry, what I mean by that is a sense that, let's say for example right now, if you look at this trade, right, okay, price swept Asia lows here. Okay, price continues sweeping here. Right now, then we will say, okay, so there is this liquidity here, this low. Is price gonna sweep that low or not? As traders, we do not know. Like I said, I don't target liquidity. Okay, not say I don't target. I don't anticipate a liquidity sweep. I only wait for a liquidity sweep. Then after that, I look into, you know, trading accordingly. So essentially what I mean. So right now here, this liquidity. Oh, you know, you didn't tap the area. I'm gonna buy here. I will still buy it because yes, there is liquidity down below. However, that doesn't essentially mean that I have to sell it automatically. So I only have to consider the fact that there is liquidity there. But at the end of the day, if price wants to sweep the liquidity, it already would have, and it will sweep the liquidity. I don't tell the market, hey, you have to sweep it now, you have to sweep it tomorrow. You know, the market sweeps whenever it wants to sweep. So when price I was like, okay, because price needs this liquidity, I was like, okay, maybe I'll take note of this liquidity. If price were to sell below here, then I will say that, to me, you will say that that's the draw on liquidity in my personal opinion. Because price inverse this fair value gap here, right, when this happened, right, it was like, I was like, okay, maybe essentially price maybe want to continue pushing lower here. Maybe price want to continue pushing lower here because the draw on liquidity is here. However, it didn't. It actually bounced back up, as you guys can see. What does that tell us? That tells us that the draw on liquidity isn't there. That isn't the draw on liquidity at this current moment. Maybe later, but now at the moment, there's not a draw on liquidity because price essentially pushed higher here, as you guys can see. So what does that essentially tell us? This tells us that like the draw on liquidity is not now. It may be later. It may be tomorrow. We don't know. We just have to react based on what we see. With this push higher here, right, until this very fair value gap here. So right now price is within this zone here and this zone here. With this zone failing here, right, what does that essentially tell me as a trader? This essentially tells me that meaning the draw on liquidity is no longer at the current moment towards the downside. Okay, so then I'm like, okay, in I was like, okay, maybe if since the draw on liquidity isn't towards the downside anymore, what am I going to be looking at right now? So I'm looking at other draw on liquidity. So what's the other draw on liquidity here? It could be the next draw on liquidity. I mean, I don't know, but that's the next draw on liquidity in my eyes I can see. Okay. Sorry, wait. Let me see. Is this lower range liquidity? Okay, it isn't. Okay, so it isn't a draw on liquidity in my eyes. Okay, I may be wrong. Okay, so I may be wrong here, guys. So in a sense that I may be wrong that the draw on liquidity could continue pushing lower here. I don't know. I completely don't know. So we only react based on what I see. When I price at CCC push, right? In the 1 minute time frame, I push and price pushed above this bearish fair value gap here. I was like, okay, higher confirmation that price liquidity is not down already because price inverse that 1 minute bullish fair value gap. If price inverse that 1 minute bullish fair value gap, right, then after that look to trace a bit below, right, essentially that means that the market is super choppy already, and it just doesn't know where to go. There's no like high liquidity chance that where it might go. Okay, if you get what I'm trying to say. Essentially what I'm trying to say is that there is no draw on liquidity because market goes through based on liquidity, as for what I know lah. I may be wrong, guys. Okay, I may be wrong. Okay, so right now price it's like liquidity is towards the downside. So we do not know as traders how the market will react. We only react based on what we see and how we anticipate the market, I guess you can say. So right now price is actually pushing lower here. So what does this tell us as trader? This tells me as a trader that look, market is looking at being bearish to sweep this low here. This is what I will say. Okay, this would essentially tell me as a trader that, hey look, okay, you may be bearish here actually. I'll be like, oh, why do you say that, market? Oh, sorry. So what do you say that, market? Because you inverse so many bullish fair value gaps. And you inverse so many bullish fair value gaps, right? Actually, this will be a perfect sell here. I mean, not very perfect, but it's a nice sell if you sell here. And then target would be like maybe here. So right now price is looking bearish here, and what does that mean? This means that the draw liquidity is no longer to the outside, it's looking towards being bearish here and maybe sweeping this low here. So that's how right now what I'm seeing in this market and this reaction. So I'm just going to be waiting, I'm just going to be chilling. Okay, I'm not going to be reacting based on what I will only be reacting based on what I see. Okay, so I'm going to currently write down what the 3 trades that I took today. Okay, the first trade that I took an L on the 5 minutes, so from now on I'm not going to take 5 minutes, but however I will react based on 5 minutes. So essentially what I mean by reacting based on 5 minutes, in the sense that, okay, let's say for example here there's a bearish fair value gap here, right? Okay, there's a bearish fair value gap here, there's a bearish fair value gap here, right? I may reconsider taking the trade. So let's say for example like I was here, right? Okay, so let's say for example a Euro USD, I know that there's a bearish fair value gap here, right? I won't just because this 1 minute got inverse here, right? I'll go and buy this trade here, I'll go and buy here, I'll be like, oh okay, buy here, but there's a 5 minutes bearish fair value gap there, so I'm buying into a bearish fair value gap trade. Does that make it a good idea? Clearly not, right? Yeah, in this case it worked here, but I mean I would have been break even here anyway. So does that essentially mean it's a good idea? 100% not, right? So I okay, so I didn't take this 1 minute trade here. Okay, so I was talking and I didn't really want to take it also. So reason being because if I were to take it, right, okay, so same concept here, guys. So in this case here, this was a 2 minute bullish fair value gap here, right? Okay, if I were to take a sell trade here, right, I'll be selling it into a 2 minute bearish fair value gap here. That doesn't mean yes, okay, the break even trade could be here, right? But price could easily just reverse here and you don't even know it. You know, you don't know it whether price continue pushing here or not. That's the truth. Okay. And that's why I didn't take it. That's why I didn't take that trade. And there's a small one here. Okay. So I didn't take it. That's why I didn't take it. Even if it's a nice trade, but I won't take it lah, because of the 2 minute bearish value. Unless okay, just now that okay, how I would think that I would take it was that this bearish fair value get closed here, like just like very like a maybe like here for example. Okay, sorry, let me just make a candlestick for you guys. So maybe something like here, right? Close just nice below. Okay, this. Okay, I can't even like maybe close like here within the 2 minutes here, right? Just below, not haven't hit this eternal low here, right? Then maybe I'll take a buy trade. But I'll maybe take a sell trade, but because this will be the eternal low, right? So I'll break even here lah, essentially, but I didn't. So I didn't take it. It doesn't matter. So just isn't a good setup. Then it doesn't matter if it's a good setup or not. Okay, so I'm gonna journal down my 3 trades that I took today to 2 losses and 1 win. Okay, it's fine. So right now I'm not taking any trades at the current moment. I'm just waiting for setups. Okay guys, so actually I was looking for a 2 minute long here, but I was looking for a 2 minute long here. However, I didn't actually get the trade. I didn't get the trade. I'm not taking this trade, boys. I am not taking this trade because reason being is just purely because price is already in it's in a bearish fair value gap here. Why would I be taking a trade that it is in the bearish fair? And additionally 5 minutes bearish fair value gap. Okay, so price may continue pushing lower, and you don't even know. Euro actually push lower here, boys. So hey, push lower. So I'm not doing anything much about this. It doesn't matter. Euro is just pretty much very choppy at this point of time in my personal opinion. Okay, it pushed higher, then it respected, and then it started pushing lower. It started pushing lower here, so I'm not looking for sells as well, because sells then you will essentially be selling into a low that doesn't really make sense in my opinion, because you don't sell into a low, because if there is no liquidity towards the bottom, then you won't sell into a low. Yes, you can say that this is bearish, etc., but that doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for my plan. Okay, yeah, you can continue pushing lower, that's fine, but for me, I don't think so. I don't think that's the way for me to trade. So I don't trade. I just trade according to what I see and how I trade. I don't trade. Yeah, that's how I trade lah. Okay, so right now I am looking for NAS longs again. If price want to give me, okay, I am not taking these buys. I'm not looking for any buy side. What I actually would like, okay, is that maybe price comes back here, sweeps this low here, push, breaks above, still not inversing this 1 minute bearish fair value gap. Then after that, look for bearish fair value gap here, right? Then maybe look for a buy setup there. That will be a nice trade. However, if I don't take a trade, it's completely fine as well for me. It doesn't really matter for me as well, because right now price is in a 5 minutes bullish fair value gap. I am not looking for a bullish fair value gap trade. 5 minutes bullish fair value gap. I'll wait for a reversal, and that's my personal opinion. Okay. So I mean, if can, right, I want to look for a long setup here. We need these 5 minutes bearish fair to get zone. We have like maybe 15 more minutes, 80 more minutes. If it hits, then it hits. It doesn't hit, then too bad. Sucked up. Carry on. I mean, if you want, you guys can actually buy, but like I said, I don't like to buy 5 minutes anymore. I've learned my lesson. And buying here is like, what's the risk to reward? The risk to reward is so goddamn low, man. Like, what's your risk to reward? That you can't. I would personally say you can target like here, for example, but that's just way too high in my personal opinion. So I would like a pullback into maybe the 5 minutes inversion fair value gap. Okay, if it gives me, then I'll take it. If it doesn't, then it is what it is. I'm not taking the trade. And most of the time, right, if market actually just does this, right, and then goes back down straight away, right, you it's pretty much very, you have a chance of it being bearish. And with, especially with this entire move just like this, right, it's you have to just expect the market to be very bearish. Just very choppy, I would say, in my personal view, in my point of view, in my personal opinion here. Sorry about that. Learning euro is the draw liquidity is, I personally feel it's towards the low side. Personally, okay, this is just my personal point of view. I may be wrong, maybe right. I sorry, I don't know. Okay, nice actually hits the all-time high. It actually hits that high. Okay, wait, what? Did it even hit that high? Sorry, let me check. No, it didn't hit that high actually. So this looks like hit right actually is here. Okay, price actually sweep the high, the expansion macro high. Okay, does that mean anything? Well, it could mean that I'm looking for a sell setup here if it gives me, but I don't think I'll take it because higher time frame there isn't a bearish fair value gap in my insight. There isn't any bearish fair value gap in sight. So would that mean that I'll take a trade here? Not exactly. I don't think I would because I think it looks kind of bullish in my opinion. I mean, it is. Okay, it's not really in a bullish. It's not really in a bearish fair value gap as well. Wait, sorry, that's my bad. Yeah, it's not even in a bearish fair value gap or any sort of thing. So for me to sell here, it will be a completely crazy idea because there is no higher time frame supporting it. And with a move like this, right, completely neglecting all this whole entire push higher, right, in my personal opinion, right, I think there is no way that I'll look for sales here because I think with that push you really have a strong belief maybe price coming back down and then pushing higher here. That's just my personal opinion okay, so yeah, I mean we can see, but you know I don't think I'll take a sell here. There's no, even though you set liquidity, right, there's no higher time frame confirmation in my personal opinion that why would price wants to go back to the lows. There isn't like a bearish fair value gap, you know, or any sort of thing. Right now price is just ranging with price, you know, making such a huge turnover like this. Essentially you may or may not have a higher chance that price will continue pushing higher here lah. So yeah. I'm actually gonna take on a demo trade here if price were to give me a sell setup here, but it's way too low, so but I want it to definitely push. It's not, I'm just taking it based on, I'm not taking this trade because I don't think it's a good setup overall. I mean not like fantastic lah, okay. So right now I'm in a sell position. I mean, okay, like I said, this is a demo trade, okay guys, this is a demo demo trade. I'm not taking a trade. No, I'm not taking because I don't really like this setup. Okay, reason why I would say that this isn't like the best trade. Oh, okay, so I didn't realize that. Okay, so not a good trade because I'm trading into a 3 minutes bullish fair value gap here. So I will look into a break-even trade once this low gets swept here. But just to show you guys, okay, I'm not taking this trade. Like I said, it's a demo trade here. Hey boys, it is a demo trade. Okay, I'm not trading this at all. Okay, it is a demo trade. So you can see that right now 3 minutes is in the bullish fair value gap. Okay, 4 minutes not exactly, 5 minutes not exactly as well. Okay, say 3 minutes is in the bullish fair value gap. Okay, so the reason why I would say close because you got sweep of liquidity. Okay, inverse a 2 minute bearish fair value gap and inverse a 1 minute bearish fair value gap. Can you see on the left? Okay, like I said, this is just a demo trade. I am not in a real position. Okay, so I'm not in a real position here. Okay, I'm not looking for buys as well. No point. Why would I look for a buy setup? Honestly, in my personal opinion.
Okay, looks like I'm gonna close my position here. But okay, like I said, guys, this is just this is purely just uh it's purely just a demo account. So if you would want to, you can look in for buy setup. I would think buys, okay, but price really fly. So buys wouldn't be that bad, because once price inverse these 2-minute bearish fair value gap here, right, you would have looking for buy setups. Obvious buys below target the high, break even by now. Okay, if you will really be even more risky, you'll wait for this 1 minute here, buys. Okay, one, something along that line. Yeah, but I didn't. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna end the stream here, boys. Thank you guys for watching. Okay, hope you guys learned something from this trade, from my losses as well. So yeah.